Let's do another teardown video. This time it is a stepper motor driver. This one is called YAKO YKA2811MA. And this is of course used for very big steppers. I just tried to connect a tiny little 3D printer stepper just for testing, as this one can actually be programmed all the way down to 500 milliamps and all the way up to 8 amps. You can also set how many pulses per step, and everything is explained here, what is what, on the input connector and the different settings here. So it's actually really straightforward. But what I found is this really smart thing. So the dip switch 1, if you put this into on, we're in self-test mode and it's driver. So the driver itself generates all the pulses. So that means I don't need to do anything at all except putting this in on. And when this is on, the other one controls if it goes backwards or back or reverse. So this is really nice. Just the two dip switches to play with. Okay, so I set the run all the way down to 0, and it says here microstep must be set for 6. Okay, so this has something to do with the speed. And then there's the holding current. If I turn this all the way down, this is just here is the holding current. It's an analog pot, so you just turn this all the way down. So you have 20% holding current. So here's what I've done. See, run is the current all the way down to 0.5 amp, and then my microstepping is for 6, and I didn't turn on the dip switches yet. Alright, I already tried to do this and it is not working. I also tried to give it like 65 volts of DC. This one can run from AC or DC, it doesn't matter, because the input goes straight to a rectifier bridge. What you should be aware of is of course the voltage range, and it is different almost anywhere you look. It can be AC or DC, all the way to 110 or 130 or whatever you see, but it is not 230 volts AC. It is not mains, at least not in Europe, okay? So just be aware of that. Don't plug the AC into mains. Alright? So, we're going to open this and see how it is made. I already took out the screws. This way is going to be faster, right? So look at that big rectifier baby here. And then we have 2 fuses, not only one. Why? When both of these just go straight into the bridge and the filter, that is a little bit odd. Why make it that complicated? Okay, so it goes to the bridge, and then some other components I haven't yet figured out. And you see 2 big capacitors in there, the 2 black ones. They are here. And what I already figured out is that when I input my DC here, it goes to the bridge. I don't know if that is easy to see due to the light, but now you can. So this is the minus and the positive. Here I get my input voltage, but it's not on the capacitors. So there's something in between that is to blame for the problem. So this we need to investigate. This will be the gate drivers. And if you look in here, big power resistor. Why is that? And I guess all this will be big power. Oh yeah, here we are. That is a lot of big field effect transistors for driving all the way up to 8 amps of motor power. Alright, so let's try and get the board out. It looks like we can just unscrew it here. And there's a big nasty fan. One screw is missing, so maybe somebody was in here before me. So yeah, those screws, they will be for the heat sink. Okay, let's open and have a look. All right, I guess we are in. Or are we? What is causing this? Ugh, come on. Ooh, we got the sticky. Get out. Yeah. Ooh, oy, oy. What exactly is this for? Okay, we need to clean up before we can continue, because I don't want to have this shit on my fingers. Hang on a second. So now we're inside, everything is totally disassembled. What I've done is, I think it's really difficult to take pictures of this type of PCB because they varnished it, so it's shiny. So see how difficult it is. But what I have done is I marked everything with red dots and black circles and green stripes for connections, so that I can figure out exactly what is what and how is it working. So I found some sense resistors in the positive and sense resistors in the negative. We got 4 sets of sense resistors in the negative and 2 sense resistors in the positive. So there's 1 sense resistor for half of the driver and 1 sense resistor for the other half of the driver. But for each of the 2 motor windings, you have a return path. There's a separate sense resistor. So this is they really went a long way to make this really nice. This is of course the current sense amplifiers and the fine-tuning of the currents. And if we look at all the different parts here, we see I put a D for diode, F for FET. So we have the 3 running diodes. In the ground is like a really big one. And we also got a smaller one here. This is because they are, both of them are paralleled, so they only need to be smaller. So here we got the 4 of the FETs, and on the other side we got the other 4 FETs. And we also got some diodes. And see, here is the biggest mysterium. There is another FET here. And I cannot figure out what the heck that is doing. So that is a little bit annoying. So it is connected to ground and it is held almost on. But it's doing something really funny. There isn't really a lot of voltage over it or anything. But it's not really connected to anything here with the motors. So what the heck is that doing? So if you know that, feel free to comment. Also, let's talk a little bit about the Triac system. So this is the rectifier, the positive from the rectifier. Yeah, the AC voltage input go via the two fuses and a little bit of filter and stuff, and then rectifier. And then the positive side goes via Triac and to the capacitors. The minus side of the capacitors, that is directly connected to the minus of the rectifier. See, here is the funny circuit. All those transistors here, and this is a counter system or some gates, whatever. And this is running at 4.5 kilohertz. So we have some pulses, and this is measuring the input AC, and it's triggering via an optocoupler, the Triac. So I believe this is either over voltage protection or pre-voltage regulation. So, and this can also explain, because I think they're driving this optocoupler way too hard to trigger the Triac. And this can also explain why these seems to be working, but they get weaker and weaker until they fail to drive the motors. So of course, if you're driving the optocoupler and the Triac too much, the lifetime of your optocoupler will be very, very short. So it just gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and then that means the timing for the Triac gets shorter and shorter and shorter, and that means suddenly you don't have enough voltage to maintain your motor power. So what you need to do is just short circuit those two pads, where the DC goes in and where the DC goes out. So it's really, really easy to short circuit this. Of course, you don't have the over voltage protection anymore or the pre-regulation, but if you're running this at 60, 70, 80 volts, it really shouldn't be needed. You don't need this circuit anyway. So just solder here, and you will see if this is still working, and you can be happy. Please write in the comments if you are lucky with this repair, because I think this is exactly what is causing these to fail. This one got exactly this failure, and it's not able to drive the Triac. But if I short circuit this and trip the Triac, it will stay on, and the motor will run just fine. Okay, let's try and simulate the kickstart of the Triac. So if I short circuit the input and the output, and then I turn on, see, the motor is running and everything is fine. And this is more or less what I came up with of the schematic. This is of course only 1/4 of all the FETs. So this is just 1/2 of the motor, but the other half of the other motor winding here is exactly the same circuit. And then you have this one more time for the other motor winding, of course. So I don't really need to draw any more of this, just to show you how it works. We've got a double snubber and a VDR, and that is protection diodes. And see, this is a really funny one. The source of the grounding FET goes via a diode to ground. That is a little bit funny. So those are the ground sense resistors that I'm talking about. We've got 4 of these, of course, because we got 4 of these sets. And the positive, that pair, that's like only 2 of them. That is for one motor winding.